If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants. I do not know what I may appear to the world, but to myself I seem to have been only like a boy playing on the seashore, and diverting myself in now and then finding a smoother pebble or a prettier shell than ordinary, whilst the great ocean of truth lay all undiscovered before me. I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. Atheism is so senseless. When I look at the solar system, I see the Earth at the right distance from the Sun to receive the proper amounts of heat and light. This did not happen by chance. I have a fundamental belief in the Bible as the Word of God, written by those who were inspired. I study the Bible daily. Gravity may put the planets into motion, but without the divine power, it could never put them into such a circulating motion as they have about the sun. And therefore, for this as well as other reasons, I am compelled to ascribe the frame of this system to an intelligent agent. Errors are not in the art but in the artificers. Opposite to godliness is atheism in profession, and idolatry in practice. Atheism is so senseless and odious to mankind, that it never had many professors. To explain all nature is too difficult a task for any one man or even for any one age. 'Tis much better to do a little with certainty and leave the rest for others that come after you. God is the same God, always and everywhere. He is omnipresent not virtually only, but also substantially, for virtue cannot subsist without substance. A man may imagine things that are false, but he can only understand things that are true, for if the things be false, the apprehension of them is not understanding. I do not love to be printed on every occasion, much less to be dunned and teased by foreigners about mathematical things or to be thought by our own people to be trifling away my time about them when I should be about the king's business. It may be that there is no such thing as an equable motion, whereby time may be accurately measured. All motions may be accelerated or retarded, but the true, or equable, progress of absolute time is liable to no change. The description of right lines and circles, upon which geometry is founded, belongs to mechanics. Geometry does not teach us to draw these lines, but requires them to be drawn. If a projectile were deprived of the force of gravity, it would not be deflected toward the earth but would go off in a straight line into the heavens and do so with uniform motion, provided that the resistance of the air were removed. Fidelity and allegiance sworn to the king is only such a fidelity and obedience as is due to him by the law of the land. For were that faith and allegiance more than what the law requires, we would swear ourselves slaves and the king absolute, whereas, by the law, we are free men, notwithstanding those oaths. Why there is one body in our system qualified to give light and heat to all the rest, I know no reason but because the author of the system thought it convenient. And why there is but one body of this kind, I know no reason, but because one was sufficient to warm and enlighten all the rest. Religion and philosophy are to be preserved distinct. We are not to introduce divine revelations into philosophy, nor philosophical opinions into religion. God is a relative word and has a respect to servants, and deity is the dominion of God, not over his own body, as those imagine who fancy God to be the soul of the world, but over servants. I do not know what I may appear to the world, but to myself, I seem to have been only like a boy playing on the seashore, and diverting myself now and then in finding a smoother pebble or prettier shell than ordinary, while the great ocean of truth lay all undiscovered before me. Thanks for watching.